And you said, that's not been cooked. I wanted it medium. And they say, sir, it's been cooked, and it's raw with maggots coming out.
Exactly.
Thinking is conspiracy theory now. Okay? Sorry, go ahead.
You come out 10 years later, I mean, it's like you were either a prophet or you just saw the writing on the wall so well and you interpreted it. It's just beyond.
No, I told you there'd be military on the streets, that they'd be saying they'd secretly arrest citizens. I told you how they'd censor the internet with a cocktail of systems. And it's not because I'm smart, sir. They all wrote white papers. I've got Rand Corporation, Brookings, and CFR all saying what they're going to do. Boy, a terror attack would sure be nice. We'll say right-wing groups work with Al-Qaeda and arrest them all. Boy, President, it'd sure help if that would happen.
Alex, it's gotten to the point where, and I don't need to tell you, you're head and shoulders above anyone else, but I'm even concerned about making this phone call to you, in a way.
I hear you, and I appreciate your call, Chris. Listen, you got to get through that fear. Yes, they're announcing the censorship and the secret arrest to try to scare those of us that are awake and further dumb down those that aren't. Look, the military, the police are waking up, okay? And you know what? You just got to stop caring. The answer to 1984 is 1776. Our forebears were ragtag 3% of the population on record were anti-redcoat and anti-abuse. By the end of the war, they were 5%. Okay? 3%. And they said, you know what? We're standing up against an army who the French and the Spanish and the Russians and the Arabs, nobody'd ever beat the British military. Okay? Until they ran into the wild British of the colonies, mixed in with the Germans and everybody else. And the point is they got their butt kicked over 7 years because we didn't give up. Okay? The minute we lose is when we're afraid. Fear is the enemy. Commit to destroying the New World Order in the info war. Commit fully, and the victory is yours. There's no other way to go, because the other way is eugenics and death. Okay, Austin in Oregon, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex, great show.
God bless. Go ahead.
I remember a while back reading Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six around the time you woke me up to the whole global death cult thing. What are your thoughts about that kind of scenario happening at, like, the Olympics in London? Or any kind of bio attack, really? I mean, it seems like it's kind of in the cards still, and you've been right about a lot of other kind of false flag things going on, but what do you think about that kind of bio attack happening?
Well, here's the deal. By exposing a massive bio attack and that it's in the cards, that can back them off. Just like they've said war with Iran is imminent for a year, but now 100,000 U.S. troops are massing, the missiles are getting in place, and now the Secretary of Defense said, yeah, Israel's getting ready to hit them in the next 4 months. But then when we're anti-war, they say, be quiet, conspiracy theorist, there's no plan to hit Iran. Kind of like last week, Obama came out and said, yeah, my drones are killing people. And they said, that's classified, don't talk about it. It's well known the drones are doing that. They mean it's classified, free speech is classified. Don't talk about it as if the president is some kept minion. And that's what the system's trying to do, is train people that you have no free speech to even speak out against the drones, because that's national security. But here's what concerns me. All over the place, brother, they're hyping the airborne Ebola, the airborne mousepox, stuff that kills over 90% of those that come in contact with it, and admitting that governments, our own governments, produced it. So they're kind of introducing the attack to people, and they always do that ahead of releasing it. So they're already bio-attacking us at small levels, but they could go with a hot bio-attack that kills billions. All right, here's the deal. I got like 20 phone calls and 10, 11 minutes to get to them. I want to talk to everybody, so I'm going to try to shut up and just have you talk, maybe give a 10-second comment. Ellen, Michael, Bill, John, Joe, Brandon, Kenny, Dusty, and Matt. I'll try to at least get to those. Ellen in Colorado, thanks for holding. You're on the air.
Yes, thank you, Alex, for taking my call. Before I launch into my question for you, I would just like to reach out to all Colorado listeners and, encourage everyone to caucus Tuesday night for Ron Paul.
Yes.
If you don't know where your caucus location is, just Google your county Republican Party website, and they'll have all the information there in terms of how to, put your address in and get your precinct number, and then the address of the caucus. Okay, so that having been said, The driver behind my calling today, Alex, is that I generally listen to your show on my cell phone in the car. I've got a Bluetooth. And yesterday I was driving around doing errands all day, and the number to your telephone, call, to listen to your telephone call, was jammed.
Well, I know there's a bunch of systems where people can call and listen to numbers. I know we've got that. It might have been down yesterday, and I appreciate your call. But we also have the free Droid and iPhone apps that are at the listen section of Infowars.com, so we'll have to look into that. It might not have been jammed. It might have just been a technical difficulty. But they're openly calling for censorship, and Twitter and Google are now saying they'll censor under any government request, no judge, no jury. It's very serious, so thank you so much for the call. Michael in Texas. Michelle in Texas. Go ahead, you're on the air.
Oh, hi, Alex. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Welcome.
Hi. Well, I just want to ask you, what do you think about the Nevada caucuses last night? I mean, they haven't even reported all the votes yet.
Yeah, there was a fraud in Iowa, fraud in South Carolina, certified and confirmed. And Ron Paul in many polls was in first place there. And there is massive election fraud. And I told people, just because he wins all the straw polls and in many national polls is number one, they're going to try to steal it. People say, well, then why should Ron Paul run? Because he's injecting real ideas, and it's building the movement for liberty. But, I mean, we're in deep, deep trouble. Look at how they gave him least time in the debates. Look at how they said he can't win. I mean, they're engaged in every trick they can. Yeah, I mean, we haven't gotten the proof yet in Nevada of fraud, but we got it in Iowa and South Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, I basically sat here on the CNN website and I watched that last late night caucus, and 183 votes went to Ron Paul. And me and all the other people on the Facebook page, we blow it up. We repost all the pictures every day. We're doing the money bombs, like we're doing everything we can. And it just blows my mind that one caucus, that many people showed up. I mean, imagine the other counties and precincts. Imagine all the other precincts that had that type of turnout for Ron.
Well, look, I mean, here's the deal. Election fraud has been caught all over the country. The voting machine systems are built where you can't find out and prove anything. They're designed for fraud. That's come out in congressional testimony. And people have to wake up to just how bad this is and get paper ballots back that are counted precinct by precinct and then tallied properly. But even Iowa had that, and they admittedly cheated on that and have now nullified the Iowa caucuses and say, we don't know who won, but we're going to give it to Santorum. And that's hidden in plain view. We're just trained to accept anything these days. It's crazy. I appreciate your call. We have a private Federal Reserve that controls our money. We didn't have it till 1913. Let's talk to Bill in Georgia. You're on the air, Bill.
Oh, yeah. Good evening. How you doing?
Good, man.
Good. Hey, kudos to you. I really appreciate everything you're doing.
Well, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you calling and caring about liberty when the almighty steroid bowl is going.
Like the other caller, faith, not fear. That's what we need to have more of. And, I was wondering what you were thinking about that Obama disqualification trial here in Atlanta.
Well, I mean, he's in contempt. He does have a fake Social Security number. That's been proven. The Kenyan government says that there's a record of him being born there, but it was removed. It's cut out of the book. I mean, George W. Bush, in the election, had the Secret Service go over there, and that's been confirmed, and it wasn't public. It took a FOIA request to get that. I mean, the State Department ruled his dad was not his dad and kicked him out of the country. His dad looked nothing like him. I mean, yeah, no, Obama is an enigma wrapped in a riddle who reads off a teleprompter. I appreciate your call. Let's go ahead and talk to John in Texas. Moving quick here. John, welcome.
Hello, Alex.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, good to talk to you. I just wanted to thank you for waking up as many people as you have. You know, I paid a high price for being awakened, and I've been ostracized from my family because of that, and that's unfortunate.
Wow, they don't believe in freedom and debate and the First Amendment? I thought they were Americans.
Oh, they're agricultural people, but they are so totally brainwashed that they just don't get it.
Well, you know, they call that, well, there's a couple different syndromes, but it's the Stockholm Syndrome. And it happens in every culture. People really get comfortable and think the government's their sweet daddy that loves them. And I would just keep working on your family.
Well, I'm vocally passionate about good science, a healthy environment, responsible, informed educators, non-GMO food production.
Oh, they love GMO. Why don't you give them all the thousands of studies that sterilizes every rat they feed it to?
I had an argument 2 Thanksgivings ago with a PhD and a PhD candidate about GMOs, and I was basically told to leave. I know. They get on. Listen, they get on power. Well, good. Then don't let them door hit them on the rear end. I mean, look, find people that are your spiritual family who are awake. I mean, this happened in Nazi Germany. This happened in 1776 here in the U.S. This is going to happen again. And, you know, especially salesmen will tell you, family's the hardest to sell on anything. You could be selling snow cones in hell and people wouldn't buy it if you were family. So don't feel bad, brother. And I support you. I bought your tapes, and I'm a member. And hang in there. And I know I'm preaching to the choir. All I can say is we need to organize to the point where we can be effective. No,
I hear you. But you're not just talking to the choir. You know, we have our regular listeners. We've got computer systems and analytics and numbers and breakdowns. We got 15 million listeners or website visitors, total views and listens a week now, growing. In 3 or 4 months, it'll be like 18 million. But point is, about 35% of that is new every week. They come through. Most of them never come back again. But a small percent, I think it's like 6% or so each month, 7%, that sticks. So 35%'s new every month. And we just keep getting bigger. They come by, they don't, they listen, they check it out, they leave. But some stay. And so that's how it works. I mean, look. When the depression continues, when the breakdown of society happens, when all this accelerates, they'll remember what you said. Who's up next here? John in Texas, you're on the air. Go ahead. Hello. Yeah, I knew we already talked to John. Joe in Idaho, you're on the air. Go ahead. I don't know why the call stays up there. Hold on 1 second, bro. I don't know why the call stays up there and then it comes back. Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, well, Alex, I'm up here in North Idaho near Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We have, metropolitan area, about 500,000 people. We're between Seattle and Minnesota. We're the biggest metropolitan area. And I listen to you through GCN Live on the Internet, and we'd like to get you here on a local station that's been trying to get a hold of you. I've been corresponding with the owner of the station, and I'd like to find out how we can get you on this station.
The owner is trying to get a hold of us and can't?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it is. The affiliate relations department at Genesis has gotten better over time, but they are handling now 1,000 plus affiliates, and so I am the most popular show on the network, but they've got a lot of stuff to handle. Ted should probably have about 10 people on affiliate relations. He's got 1, but we'll put you on hold here, and I will give you a phone number for you to call. And you can also email us here, but has the station tried to contact the GCN radio network, GCNlive.com?
I don't know if they have. I think they tried to contact you directly.
Yeah, I don't really handle affiliate relations, but we're starting to get into that a little bit just because the stations want it.
Well, I tell you, first-time caller, long-time listener, woke up about 20 years ago after reading a book called Gary Kaw's En Route to Global Occupation. You might have heard of it.
Excellent book. That's what's happening. En Route to Global Occupation. Private corporations setting up a world government. They're competing against the family, against natural food, against everything. Well, you're awesome, Joe. We'll put you on hold right now and to give you a contact number. And then they need to contact GCNlive.com. That's the radio network. Or I can do it for them. But yes, we like to be on your local station. We're gaining a lot of affiliates every week. It's very, very exciting. Look, I promised to Brandon, Kenny, Dusty, and Matt and others. Tune in tomorrow, 11 a.m.